From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he won't quite make it to the 25. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked off by Maxwell Hairston. At the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
18, 18.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the result. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Let's go.
Up the middle they go. Boom. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Fix the Eagles. Fix the Eagles.
Now back to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it. It's out, it's loose. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. And now the field goal team on for Buffalo. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game. He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound from it and not let it get him down. I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Mahomes now to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. You look at this Buffalo defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Check smash. Check smash. Big Lion. Viking 18. Go.
2nd and 5. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st.
Viking 18.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
At the 8-yard line.
19. Let's go now.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Did your high school have that same push them back cheer?
I was a kicker.
Well, it certainly worked. Didn't matter whether we were kickers or not. That one worked, didn't it? They pushed him back at his last snap of the ball, and boy, they created a nice play for themselves. Would they lose 3 on that one?
Yeah, from the 1 back to the 4.
19, Panther 60, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers, Panther 11, Panther 11.
From the 4 now, 3rd and goal. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. A choice to make. You're on the road. You're going to take the 3. You're so close to the end zone.
Well, you know what the book says. You know, that mythical book about what to do in certain situations. Road team, it says be aggressive. Go get a touchdown. Don't play for a field goal. I say keep that book open and do it.
Back to throw here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. 4th and goal, the defense needed one more stand. They couldn't get it.
I just wonder if they were thinking heavy run here in that situation instead of being able to play the pass, and they were beaten on that possession.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach it. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, did we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And it's throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now you look at this defense. They enter this one down in the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
This is an area of the game that they definitely have to improve because right now, against the pass, top 10 in the league. But against the run, that's where the struggles have come in. Got to find a way to make sure they stop runners before they get.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Ready? Nice.
Now a handoff up the middle. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down. Final 30 seconds of this 1st quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Start. Ready.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he stopped immediately there. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. 19 tight. 19 tight. Go.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. And his kick is indeed good. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. That's going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it for second, but the razzle-dazzle will not work out. It's 2nd down.
At the 23-yard line.
Yellow.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Ready? 19, Cougar 19.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Nice chunky yards at 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Over the middle, it's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. His first catch, good for 14 there, and a 1st down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Wrap up. 60 vices. 60 vices. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Up the middle they go. Booth. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
It looks like they'll move things around here.
Maverick, 60 Maverick. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Touchdown, Bills. From 8 yards out. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. A beautiful fake. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. 23 yards on the play.
That's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties. And then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
Throw left side complete. That's Harrison. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down. They'll give up the middle. Jenkins. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 26. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's now
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Mahomes going to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Yellow. Yellow.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. That's going to be caught by Harrison. Touchdown, Kansas City. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Chiefs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 of the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
On the set.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Here we go. Set. Ready, ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. Boom. And he's got room. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Come on, come on. Set. Ready.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Viking 18. 79 Broncos. Go.
They'll set up to throw. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And his kick is good. And the Bills will add on to their lead. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's Mahomes to throw. That's into the hands of Worthy once again. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Now Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. Here's a 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up second.
And again, it's Mahomes. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And the Chiefs are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Quinshon Judkins with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. 15 yards that time and a Buffalo first.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Ready? Cougar 1979 Broncos.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
So from the 37, here's second down and 8. Looking to throw. Going left side here, and it's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Panther Street! Panther Street!
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
Getting out a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From the 38 now, here's second down and 7.
Let's go!
Now a handoff up the middle. 69 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Let's go now! 60 Bison! 60 Bison! Catch!
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
Hawk 70! Hawk 70!
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Bills are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Try to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there with an amazing diving catch. And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. The Bills offense staying out there as they'll line up and go for 2.
The Bills are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores.
Chiefs 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hold now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That's complete. Left side to Worthy. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The lines move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
3rd quarter action from Kansas City. 2nd down and 10. Now here's Mahomes. That's to his running back, Quinshon Judkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Well, earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 44-yard line. An inside run with Judkins. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Yellow.
They'll look to throw here. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on a flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8. Mahomes now to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
This This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing now is Mahomes.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now fourth down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. An incompletion as a result.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will close the gap down to 14.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And the returner down to a knee. This will come out to the 35-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll keep it on the ground. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of play. We're back now in KC. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the fourth quarter. The Bills on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Shot.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. Now back to throw. Oh, a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. The Bills passing game, get them down the field. They've got another first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Cowboy 80.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offense
Clocked it up, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he'll be taken down, although there is a flag down. Will this stand? So that penalty on the offense, and the fumble recovery will stand. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Throw on the right side, complete to Harrison. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself and play calling. Don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's 3rd and 7. They're going to look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Mahomes got to have this one. They're going to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
His throw incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing during the ball as well.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And we're definitely getting towards the point of the game where not getting a lot of yards, the secondary to keeping the clock moving. I mean, to me, that's a double win defensively. Short gain and some more time off the clock.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Mahomes to throw once more. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, It's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop.
2nd and 11. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. George Karlaftis able to record his 5th sack of the season.
3rd and long.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Back to throw here. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
60 by 60.
He'll drop to throw. Looking left side, he's got it complete. And he will have a Bills 1st down, and that should be that. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Come on.
Going for the knockout punch. He'll try and run. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
At the Chiefs' 9-yard line.
Go.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hit.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bills are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Chiefs 17.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Yellow.
This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
Yellow.
One final try for Mahomes. Over the middle, he'll get it to Harrison. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.